There's a lot of hype atop the hill here in Bowling Green, Kentucky, as we get set for a big-time Conference USA clash. And DJ Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, he's the one. This is the hype man. College football on CBS Sports Network is presented by Geico. A Conference USA clash that could be important come the end of the season. Western Kentucky taking on the Blazers of UAB. As we take a look at the Conference USA standings, a huge matchup. Two teams that are 2-1, trying to stay atop the standings and potentially be in the title game come the end of the season. Hi, everybody. We welcome you into the broadcast booth. I'm Alex Sabario. That's three-time Pro Bowler Dante Whitner. Dante, we've had this game circled for a while. So have both of these teams.
Yeah, and there's definitely a war of attrition tonight. You have two evenly matched teams. UAB offense is #1 in rushing. Western Kentucky defense, #1 in rushing defense. And conversely, Western Kentucky's offense, they like to throw it all around the park, total yards, points per game. UAB's defense, total yards, points per game, pass defense, #1. It's going to be an exciting game tonight.
Should be fun. Let's start with UAB and the irresistible force, Dwayne McBride, leading the nation in yards per game.
And he's a slider. He can get to the edge. He can run past you. He can run around you. They'll give him the ball early and often.
Take a look at our Geico difference maker, Dwayne McBride. Again, over 100 yards in every game this season on the Maxwell Award watch list. He'll be one to watch as this game continues. Conversely, for the homestanding Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, they're a team that you mentioned likes to throw the ball. Bailey Zappi, the alum, he's not coming through that tunnel anymore. He plays for the New England Patriots now, but Austin Reed's done a nice job filling in those shoes.
Yeah, and he's lived up to the exception somewhat. He throws the ball all around the field, 70% completion percentage, 2,300 yards, 21 touchdowns. 4th in the FBS in yards and touchdowns. But guess what? Head coach Tyson Helton, he said he wants to see more from him. They expect him to be an elite quarterback at the college level.
Well, let's look at the head coach Tyson Helton, now in his 4th season here with Western Kentucky. 27 wins in those 4 years, 10 of 11 wins at the end of last season. And you look on the other side for Bryant Vincent, he's the interim head coach for the UAB Blazers, took over for Bill Clark, who had to retire in the offseason after dealing with some health issues, has the Blazers at 2-1 to start the season as he tries to hold on to that job. It's a blackout here at Western Kentucky, so all black uniforms and helmets for the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. Everybody wearing their blacks tonight. UAB wins the toss. They have elected to defer. Western Kentucky will receive the opening kick. Ready for a huge showdown in Conference USA. You mentioned the top 4 teams facing each other in the conference. UTSA and North Texas squaring off tomorrow. And of course this one and the 2 teams that are tied for 3rd place in CUSA. Place kicker is Reese Burghardt. And he will kick it off here. And we are underway here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And that one's going to go into the end zone for the touchback. We'll take a look at the Papa John's starting lineup, and we'll start with the quarterback here, Austin Reed. Again, we talked about the shoes he's filling in for. Bailey Zappi, who broke records in the NCAA, but so far so good, 2,300 plus yards this season for Austin Reed.
Yeah, 2,300 yards, 70% completion, 21 touchdowns, and a lot of this offense is spreading you out vertically and laterally, getting the ball out of his hands quickly and allowing his playmakers to make plays for him.
I'll go with 4 wide receivers to start these things off. You see 3 lined up at the bottom of your screen. Poindexter is the running back, and they bring him out wide. So 4 receivers here to start things off, and this is Reed. It's a design run, and he goes to the right side, and he's brought down after a gain of only a couple of yards as Noah Wilder is the one who brings him down, a 3-year starter for this UAB Blazer squad. The rest of the Papa John's starting lineup you see there. Good offensive line here for Western Kentucky. You see the backs and receivers. Kai Robichaux, top running back here for the Hilltoppers. 2nd down and 9. Reed fires right side and bobble, and he was able to hang on to it. Pass complete there to Dawood Davis. Sometimes he's had some trouble hanging on to the football. We saw that a few weeks ago as Wilder was there in on the coverage. Doesn't get much, only to the line of scrimmage on that bubble screen.
Yeah, we're looking at this Blazers defense. It starts up front with Fish McWilliams, interior pressure. Noah Wilder, linebacker, 56 tackles. They're leading. tackler, and in the secondary, Grayson Cash. 3 interceptions on the season, 2 last week to help win that game.
So they'll empty the backfield here. Now Corley will come to the left here of Reed, and he'll take the pass, try to find some room, and great pursuit defensively there by the Blazers. It's Devondrick Bynum who comes up with the tackle. A loss of 1 on the play, and Western Kentucky forced to punt a 3-and-out. And it's a big-time defensive stop for this high-powered offense of Western Kentucky.
And that's what David Reeves, the DC, wanted to see from his defense early. He wanted them to be physical in all levels of the defense. They set the edge there. They got off of blocks. They tackle well in the open field. Good job of going 3-and-out early in this game.
Tom Ellard will be doing the punting, the freshman from Melbourne, Australia. Starling Thomas is back deep to receive the punt here for UAB. Signals for the fair catch. It'll be at the 35-yard line. Dante, what are the keys for this game for both teams?
Well, the keys for this game, first and foremost, is don't turn the ball over. And for the offense, for the Blazers, ball security, the presence with the quarterback reads. Don't give the ball up. They want to run it. They want to lean on this defense. The defense, you want to force field goals. This Western Kentucky offense, they average 40 points a game. Hold them to field goals, that'll be enough. On offense for Western Kentucky, you want to finish drives with touchdowns. And there are 3 losses this year. They had the ball last. They didn't finish the drives. And on defense, you have to stop the run. This team is going to run the ball 40 times tonight, and you have to force 3-and-outs.
Well, let's see how the running attack for UAB starts this game off. On the snap, and the handoff goes right side. That is Jermaine Brown on the carry to start things off. We'll take a look at Dylan Hopkins. Over 1,100 yards on the season, 6 touchdowns, a couple of picks on the year. He's kind of a game manager, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, he is a game manager. They like to run the ball here, and they're going to run it. Everybody in the stadium knows they're going to run it, but they need his accuracy and efficiency on the deep ball when this Western Kentucky defense loads up to stop the run. That'll be key tonight.
So here on 2nd down, firing left side, pass complete there to Shropshire. You know, we talk about the running game here as he makes the completion near the 40-yard line. It's about a 3-yard pickup there as Caleb Oliver's in on the coverage. But Shropshire, he's certainly a player to watch in this game tonight. The transfer from Blinn, Texas, a senior on this UAB squad.
Yeah, an elite speed. And up front, it starts with Trey Hearn, who's the offensive leader, continuity. He's the communicator up there. And in the skill position, you have Trey Shropshire, who averaged 26 yards per reception. They'll get the ball deep to him tonight.
So 3rd down. Pass complete to the right side, across midfield, 1st down and more. It's Rudolph down the sideline. He's going to take it all the way, and he's in for the touchdown. Big play from the Blazers to start this game off. Samario Rudolph, the junior from Mobile, Alabama, comes up with a big touchdown. Huge catch and run there for the Blazers.
And you don't have to do things that are difficult. Just get the ball out, be efficient, get it to the playmakers, and that's what Rudolph does there. They get caught up and mixed up in man coverage. You don't make the tackle on the sideline. And Western Kentucky defense, they talked about not giving up big plays. That couldn't have started any worse for this team.
It's a 59-yard touchdown reception for Samario Rudolph. And we get
touchdown. That play is under further review.
And our officials going to look this one over.
And the only thing that they could really be reviewing is, did he get close to the sideline and step out? Then we're going to get a good look at it coming up. On the sideline, he's there. I don't know, with that look there, it might be close with this angle. And I think it's that right foot. The left foot look like it's still in right there. The right, the outside half of that right foot look like it could be on the line. If that is, that's a huge turn of events right there for Western Kentucky.
Now the ruling on the field is a touchdown. We got to see if there is enough there for
He's
them
out of bounds.
You see,
I think he's out of bounds. I think that just comes all the way back. West Kentucky, like they might have looked up there. Looked like he stepped on the white.
Again, the call on the field is a touchdown as they review this play. Right now, it's a 59-yard touchdown by Samario Rudolph to give the Blazers the lead on their first drive.
And when you're playing in these big games, and I remember coaches, Jim Tressel, Jim Harbaugh, when we went into big games, it was always what boiled down to the small things. And, you know, a lot of times it's an inch that separates you from a win or a loss. And we'll see what they decide to call here. Look, that UAB sideline is still excited.
Here's one more look at it. So, do you not think that that's enough green in between?
I think that's out of bounds. I think that's clear that he's out of bounds there.
Well, the Blazers, of course, think it's a touchdown. The Hilltoppers say, I don't know.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. It's a touchdown.
As well.
So it is a touchdown. The Blazer fans, or pardon me, the Hilltopper fans do not like it. You can hear the boos coming down from this blackout crowd. But it is a 6-0 lead for UAB with 11:35 to go here in the opening quarter. Matt Quinn in to kick the point after. He is 23 for 23 in his career. Make it 24 of 24. So Western Kentucky's the team we expected to be the explosive team. But right now it's UAB that comes out with the explosive play early. 7-0 Blazers here on CBS Sports Network.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance. By Verizon, the network America relies on. And by the new 2 for $5 menu at Sonic. Only at Sonic.
Well, that's the Western Kentucky alum, now 2-0 with the New England Patriots, who, of course, set all the records in the NCAA last year in FBS in touchdown passes and in yards. Samario Rudolph, the 59-yard touchdown, 3 plays, 64-yard drive. UAB scored quickly. That's what we're used to saying about the Hilltoppers, Dante.
We are, and that wasn't nothing special that they did, just a breakout versus man coverage. He did the rest, beating his man and taking it to the house. That's what they expect. They want Dylan Hopkins to be the game manager and make the playmakers make plays.
Now, we didn't see Dwayne McBride. We talked about him, again, leading the country in rushing yards per game. Did not take the field on that first drive. They only 3 plays, but again, hadn't seen the field during those first 3 plays for UAB. Something to watch.
Yeah, it's something to watch. You know, they like to lean on him heavily. 40% of their carries go to him, so for him not to be out there on that first drive is unusual.
They do like Jermaine Brown a lot as well. They do trust him running the ball, but their bell cow is McBride. So second opportunity here for Western Kentucky. It's Austin Reed running the offense here. Handoff on first down, and they get quite a bit. Across the 30, with about 5 or 6 yards. They'll go with 6 as Poindexter comes up with the carry. Noah Wilder, he's everywhere, comes up with the tackle. Hilltoppers moving quickly here on 2nd and 4. Again, a run. Again, it's Poindexter. Gets the first down and brought down just shy of the 40-yard line. It's Will Bowler coming up with the tackle.
And you see this Western Kentucky offensive line firing off elite angles on the blocking scheme up front. And 2 big runs to pick up that first down.
8-yard pickup, and they're already moving. We go with a bubble screen here, complete to David Davis, and he makes a big play, picks up the first down as he crosses into Blazer territory, gets to about the 40-yard line.
And for the Blazer defense is exactly what you don't want to do. The corner cannot jump inside right there, giving up the outside to the sideline. David Reeves can't like that. They have to set the edge on the defense, turn it back to the teeth of the defense so the receiver can't get outside to potentially make a big play.
There's a 21-yard pickup there for Davis. So first down here for the Hilltoppers. Ball at the 40-yard line of the Blazers. Reed. Again, a handoff on first down. Good piece of running there from Western Kentucky. A 6-yard pickup there for Poindexter.
I like the changeup right here. We're used to Western Kentucky throwing the ball around the park, spreading you laterally and vertically. They came out with 3 straight runs.
Back into position quickly. And again, it'll go to the outside here. And it's again to David Davis. Matt McWilliams forces him out.
They put so much pressure on the defense, and a lot of this is box count. If you have a light box, they'll run it up the middle. If you have light to the edges, they'll throw it out to Dawood Davis or one of the other playmakers on the edge. This defense is going to have to make sure that they continue to be patient, tackle well, get off of blocks, and play physical.
So 5-yard pickup there to pick up the first down. Ball on the 28-yard line here for the Hilltoppers as they look to find the equalizer here. We got a whistle and penalty markers coming out. So movement up front. This was coming back 5 yards.
Ball start. Number 78, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Quantavious Leslie.
The big sophomore just flinching a little early, and I think everybody to that left side of the offensive line moves.
Yeah, I kind of think that was Gunnar Britton that moved. Nevertheless, still comes back 5 yards, so it's 1st and 15 here for the Toppers. Once again, the carry goes to Poindexter, and this time doesn't get much. Gets maybe to about the 30 for a pickup of 2. Once again, Noah Wilder, the 3-year starter, 5th-year senior on this Blazer squad, coming up with the tackle.
And their leading tackler, he does a good job of seeing ball, getting ball. They did a good job of setting the edge on the defense right there, allowing Wilder to run from the interior and make the tackle. From what this UAB Blazer defense is showing here, except for the one where they let Dawood get outside, I think that this is exactly what they want to do on defense.
Wilder, by the way, number 7 all-time at UAB in tackles for a career. Pass deep right side, and the pass falls incomplete. 2 men in on the coverage. The intended target was Malachi Corley. And it was Will Bowler that was with him step for step there. Never turned around there as the ball got there in time, got him on the chest, but couldn't come up with a completion.
And that's a good job by Bowler, not panicking with the ball in the air. And you see that safety, Cash, come over the top. 2 interceptions last week, and nearly was able to get there on that one. That's a good job from this UAB defense of holding up on 2nd down and not giving up the explosive play.
Western Kentucky did not convert on their last 3rd down on their first drive of the game. A 3rd down here. And not much there. Ball kind of stripped loose, but the whistle had already blown. And we're getting a run back here. Fish McWilliams there in on the tackle. You see Wilder trying to run that one back, looking for
Ruling
6.
is the runner was down prior to the loose ball. 4th down.
So it'll be 4th down here from the 31. Take a look.
David Reeves has this defense locked in. Usually when you go empty, you expect the defensive line to penetrate and play pass. But if you're locked into the defense and the details of what Western Kentucky likes to do in empty, they like to go to a lot of quarterback direct run. Defense being locked in there, getting off the field, holding them to a field goal.
Braden Narveson coming in to kick the 49-yard attempt. Snap, his hold, looks like it just has the distance, but it's wide. No good. So Western Kentucky put something together on a drive, but unable to come up with any points. Blazers lead at 7-0 here in the first. Well, let's take a look at the top rushing yard per game leaders in college football this year. We'll start with Pittsburgh, Israel Abanikanda, over 138 per game. Then Mohammed Ibrahim out of Minnesota. Kalan Laborn from Marshall. Chase Brown of Illinois. And then right here at UAB, Dwayne McBride at nearly 156 yards per game as UAB's offense came out with an explosive play, 7-0 on the long touchdown catch by Samario Rudolph. It was actually a short catch and a long run. McBride wasn't on the field. That first drive was only 3 plays, so we didn't get to see him on that opening series, but he is coming out here. And again, such a huge part of what this UAB offense is.
Yeah, he's absolutely the focal point. 40% again of their carries go to McBride, but I don't have a problem with them starting Jermaine Brown Jr. He's explosive as well. Last week, averaged over 10 yards per carry.
So Dylan Hopkins leads the offense again, and this is McBride. Strong running, bounces to the outside and keeps them churning. Gets across the 40 and near the sticks. About a 9.5-yard pickup there on 1st down as we take a look at the Papa John's starting lineup, the defense here for Western Kentucky.
They have a multitude of different guys that get penetration, but it all starts with Jawan Jones. 1.5 tackles for loss, 3 TFLs. For the linebackers, they have Jaquise Evans, who's nicknamed Donut by his teammates. Derek Smith, who's a playmaker as well. And in the secondary, Oliver, Stout, and Hallisey, all 2-3 interceptions apiece.
Oh, big time pass rush there. Ball comes loose. Thought it was going to be an incomplete pass, and they say that Western Kentucky, they're signaling like they have it. We'll wait for the officials to signal here. And it is Hilltopper football, the call on the field. And on second and one
is a fumble recovered by the defense. First down.
So the call on the field is a fumble and a recovery by Western Kentucky. Take a look.
And they definitely needed that. And you see Broderick Martin come straight down the A-gap, and no running back wants to step up and hit Broderick Martin. 300 pounds plus, just runs over McBride there, take the quarterback down, stripping the football, creating a big play for his defense. And this Hilltopper defense desperately needed that one. With a slow start from the offense, that's a huge play to start this game.
Number 99, Broderick Martin, with a huge stop there. You know what they call that on a Western Kentucky defense? They call that a knockout.
Yeah, and they get 9 of those, they are undefeated. We'll keep an eye on that tonight.
And that's knockout number 1. Back to pass is Reed, firing long, big play, looking for it, fires for the end zone. Had a man, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Corley there. And Starling Thomas with some good coverage there to make it difficult. Ball falls incomplete.
Normally after a turnover, offenses go for the kill. And this is what they did here. They maxed it up, but you can see Corley did a good job of staying back, not biting on the double move, getting to the upfield hip of the receiver and getting his head back at the right time. That's an amazing play right there from a young DB.
So second down here for the Hilltoppers. Reed fires left side. It's complete to Matheson. Tries to get some positive yardage as he catches into the backfield. Doesn't get maybe a yard there. Will Bowler in on the coverage.
And that's a huge part of Western Kentucky's game, getting the ball out quick to the wide receivers. But you see Deverick Broderick there come up, engage the receiver, disengage, set the edge to the defense, and allow the other guys to run to the ball. That's critical that they continue to do that tonight.
Hilltoppers, nothing doing on third down so far tonight, 0 for 2. %38 efficiency on the season. Fire right side, dangerous pass, way in the backfield. Pass was complete there. But Will Bowler there to make that shoestring tackle. Poindexter was the receiver. And a huge loss, a -8.
That's a very dangerous throw right there. And if Bowler is really locked in, he steps in front of that and takes it to the house. In 2 consecutive plays, we see Bowler run the alley. The defensive line was geared in. He had pressure coming in his face. But that's just another good stop from this UAB defense, forcing this punt.
Punt this one away. It is high, and it's going to bounce at the 1, and it takes a Western Kentucky bounce, and they're going to down it inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. So a lot of field in front of the Blazers. They lead at 7-0 here in this big Conference USA clash. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico. 5:34 remaining here in the opening quarter. It's the Blazers of UAB taking on the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. Big Red having a good time, although his team's not doing too particularly well. The Dragon here as well, flexing his wings for sure.
He's getting jiggy with it.
I think Big Red's having a little too much fun considering the score.
Yeah, still early.
So Dylan Hopkins and the UAB offense taking the field on their own 5-yard line. Western Kentucky nothing doing on their first 3 drives. What have you seen from the UAB defense here early, Dante, that's kept Western Kentucky's offense at bay?
Playing physically in all 3 levels. They're disengaging on blocks. They're physical with the press
Ball
coverage.
start. Number 66, offense. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Tackling well in the open field. Everything that D.C. Reeves said that he wanted to see from his defense, and they're flying around, they're making plays, getting off the field in special situations on third down.
Coach Reeves even told us, look, we're still trying to figure this Western Kentucky offense out. We just know we just got to play hard. And that's what they've been doing so far, and that's the reason they have a goose egg for that Western Kentucky offense so far. False start moves them back to the 3-yard line, so Hopkins with the handoff here on first down. It goes to Jermaine Brown and gets a little bit of yardage there as Jaden Hunter makes the tackle, a gain of about 4.
And that's a play right there where linebacker Will Ignat right here on the edge, number 23. He has to keep his outside arm and leg free. This is a play that probably should have went for negative to 0 yards. That goes for 2. That's where they like to run 3, 3, 3. They like to bleed you with the yards. You have to be very detailed. The 2 yards will add up at the end of this game.
So a 4-yard pickup there on first down to make it 2nd and 8. We'll get the handoff here to about the 10-yard line after a 3-yard pickup.
That's Jermaine Brown Jr. there, 5'8", 185 pounds, but electric. And I mean electric when he gets into the open field. 3 touchdowns, a 54-yard long, and his teammates nicknamed him Skull. He's one of those small guys that when he speaks and he opens his mouth, everybody listens.
UAB 1 for 1 on 3rd down so far in this one. Remember, they turned the ball over on their last drive. Hopkins looks, tries to escape. Here comes a rush, finds a seam to get out of there, gets to about the 15-yard line. He's close to the marker. Are they going to give it to him? Yes, they say first down. They're moving the chains. How did Hopkins do that?
And it looks like he might be a little shaken up. Did you see him after the play? He's just finding the open hole through the defensive and offensive line, and he's not going to wow you with his speed. He's not going to wow you with his elusive ability, but he is a bigger quarterback at 220 pounds, and I think they're going to bring him to the sideline and check him out. Like he took a nice hit at the end of that one.
They said the play is under review. I wonder if they want to check the spot of the football to make sure that that was a first down. It's Hopkins coming over to the sideline. You do see the athletic trainer there with him. You know, and everything we've seen in the last few weeks, Dante, especially in the NFL, like with Tua Tagovailoa from a few weeks ago in that Thursday night game, there's a lot of extra attention being played to the quarterback as he gets up after a big hit.
It is, and it should be attention paid to all players after they get that kind of shaky feeling, and you see him there with the athletic trainers, and it looked like he took a knee to the right side of the head as he was going down to the ground. Hopefully that's not the case, but if it is, you have Zeno going to come in, 50% thrower, 63 yards in the season, 1 touchdown, 17 long, different skill set, 6'4", 215 pounds, a lot more mobile, but he doesn't have the experience that Hopkins has.
We'll take the hit one more time here.
And it wasn't that when it was there. When the defensive tackle 34 Jones came in and the right knee hit the right side of his helmet.
So they're going, you would assume, through some of the protocol there with him now.
Yeah,
that's what you were saying. That was the collision.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field for first down stands.
So it is a first down. That's what they were reviewing, the spot of the football. It was hard to see where the football was when you got to the stick. So take a look at the sideline.
And we'll take another look at this Hopkins run, and that's how it, look at his eyes after that. And you look a little woozy. I've been in a position like that before where I made a big hit and I got up and I'm like, man, I don't feel too good. It look like they're going to take him to the sideline or to the tent, to the locker room, and further evaluate him.
See if he makes his way to the tent here, but this is Jacob Zeno coming in, the transfer from Baylor. They do like him. It was QB1 in the spring, and he's a guy that they really like, but Hopkins has done a nice job of being that game manager for this team. Let's see how do they utilize him here as the handoff goes to McBride, able to get an explosive play there on first down. Huge pickup there at 13, and another first down here for the Blazers as Rome Weber able to make the stop.
And this Western Kentucky defense is not going to be able to hold up with McBride being able to attack those type of holes there. You have to disengage up front from the defensive line in the linebacker position, and if you don't, he's going to run all over you tonight.
First down takes him to the 28-yard line. And Jacob Zeno in running the offense now for the Blazers. Handoff again to McBride. Bounces left side this time. Another huge pickup. Gave him about 6 there.
We expected a lot of McBride tonight. 29 carries last week versus Charlotte, 137 yards. We expected a lot of Jermaine Brown. Now being that Hopkins is out of this game, we can expect a lot more of both of those guys playing the ground game, field positioning, leaning on this defense heavily. You don't want the young quarterback to come in and throw the ball and do something to put this team in a bad situation.
Blazers have run the ball 5 times already on this drive. 5 rushes, 31 yards in their 5 plays. Second down and 5. Handoff again. This time, not as much. 3-yard pickup there, so they're close. It'll be 3rd and short after Jermaine Brown with the pickup there.
And truthfully, this is the type of game that the Blazers want. Remember, they call it the dirty 3. 3 yards in the cloud it does. If they get 3 on first, if they get 3 on second, 3 on third, they feel like later in the game, knows that they block up for 3, will turn into 8, 10, 12-yard gains. And they're starting to do that right now. Bill Parcells will be proud for sure.
Penalty markers come out. Wouldn't be proud of that, I'll tell you that. But the Blazers are pointing to the Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers pointing to the Blazers. Somebody moved. And they're going to say it was a defensive infraction.
Defense in the neutral zone causing an offensive reaction. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
They call that the old Derek Thomas rule, right?
It is, and you see both sides pointing. Western Kentucky look like they need to calm down on both sides of the ball. Offense, Reed, he looks disgruntled. The defense, they're not playing their normal game. This is that point in the game where they have to calm down, get the ball back for their offense.
So with that, they get a first down. McBride, ball carry there. Gets to about the 45, and they say he keeps on moving, and Western Kentucky says they have the football, and they do.
Rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. First down.
Khalif Palasi able to come up with it. McBride loses the football there.
Media.
And Western Kentucky takes over. Another turnover for the Hilltoppers.
The only knock on McBride and Brown Jr. is that they will put the ball on the ground. Western Kentucky defense, #1 in rush defense. They step up on this play. Mano y mano, getting the ball out for their offense. Hoping for a change of events.
Take a look here, Dante. You see the run here from Dwayne McBride and the ball coming out.
Yeah, and it looked like one of the defenders was holding him up until that ball squirted out of there. You don't see his backside on the ground, and that's a pretty heads-up play from the defense there and intentionally striking that ball out. There's 2 early turnovers here for the Blazers offense.
That's knockout number 2 for this Western Kentucky defense. As we get a big run here from Poindexter. Kind of our first big play there for the Hilltoppers as Will Bowler able to finally stop him there. A pickup of 19.
The patience, first off, to allow the hole to open up, and then the speed and ability to explode through there to make the big play on the ground.
Under a minute to go, first quarter. Reed trying to lead this offense here, still scoreless. A rarity for Western Kentucky. Poindexter gets the carry. They've got him wrapped up before he can get to the 25. Might have picked up a couple there. Noah Wilder again in on the tackle.
And this Western Kentucky offense averages 40 points a game, #1 in total offense in Conference USA. But Tyson Helton, the head coach, said that they've had a lot of games where they've started slow. Even last week versus Middle Tennessee, they had a very messy first half. Quarterback accuracy, efficiency, drop balls, putting the ball on the ground from the backs. They weren't able to start fast. They're going to need to put the ball in the end zone here and take advantage of this turnover.
Well, they're going to have to do it on the other side of the field as we reach the end of the first quarter here in Bowling Green. Western Kentucky's offense kind of sputtering in the early going. 7-0 lead for the UAB Blazers here in Western Kentucky.
And we're back, and you see Tyson Summers talking to his defense there, telling them that he needs more from them. And, you know, we're going to get into his knockout system later.
So here's second down play here by Western Kentucky. 7-yard pickup there.
And what Coach Summers told us is his knockout system, if he gets 9 of these total tonight, they win the game. So you see you have 2 already tonight, so you have 7 remaining. You need, how many they need? They need 2 per quarter to get their knockout system. And you know what he told us? He told us that they're undefeated. When they hit 9 knockouts, whatever combination of these in a game, they're undefeated on the season.
2 per quarter only gets them to 8.
Yeah, well, I wasn't a mathematician. This is why I played football. 2.3 per quarter.
Well, you know, as we get to a run up the middle here, are they going to stop him? No. Who would have thought Austin Reed would have taken in for the touchdown himself? Western Kentucky with a big play as Austin Reed finds his way into pay dirt, a 20-yard touchdown run. And they're an extra point away from tying this one up.
And I'll tell you what, he looked like he was shot out of a cannon. That's a huge part of their offense. When they get down here in the red zone, quarterback run, called, blocked it perfectly, touchdown Western Kentucky.
So Western Kentucky finally able to get the equalizer here and gets the crowd in Bowling Green going on this blackout night. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico. (7-7) here in Bowling Green. Western Kentucky UAB. And Austin Reed with the 20-yard touchdown run evens this one up. And I'll tell you what, Dante, that as we were talking about the defense there and the takeaways and the knockouts, the offense, who hadn't been explosive all night so far, made another explosive play there with the quarterback.
They did, and this has been their MO all season. They've had multiple games where they started slow, had to pick it up somewhere at the beginning of the second quarter, and Austin Reed did it with his legs there instead of his arm.
So let's go back and look at the takeaways here for Western Kentucky.
It is all going to boil down to points off of turnovers, and that's being opportunistic, intentionally swiping at the ball, heads he played, jumping on it, and then right there, Reed. There was nobody that touched him until he was 10 yards down the field. He didn't have to change direction until he got up on the safety. And you have to do a better job of plugging that up front, or Reed can hurt you with his arm and his legs. Good job of putting his hill toppers on the board.
Well, you were talking about starting slow. Of all the quarters this season, Western Kentucky has scored the fewest points in the first quarter, just 42 this season. But in the second quarter this year, they've scored 104. Actually, add another 7 to that.
And you know what you can chalk that up to? Adjustments on the sideline. They come out to see how the defense is playing them. They see what coverages they're getting, what fronts, what blitzes, zone blitz. And then they come out in the second half and expose you. So that's what Western Kentucky's MO has been all year. Now it's time for the UAB Blazers to make some adjustments.
By the way, 104 plus 7, 111. That's how many points they've scored in the second quarter this year. An explosive offensive quarter for them. Their second most efficient quarter for them offensively is 86, and that's in the fourth quarter. So at least they're good in the second and the fourth quarter when you want to be good in terms of scoring points.
Yeah, but if you ask Coach Helton, he wants them to be good all 4 quarters. They have championship on their mind.
So get a return here for the Blazers, getting across the 20. It'll be a 21-yard return there. Now the UAB offense will take the field. Again, Dylan Hopkins out of the game. He ran for a first down on the last drive and was a bit shaken up, took kind of a hit to what you saw the side of the head, right, Dante?
He did, took a knee to the side of the head, and whenever you get up with those woozy knees, you never want to diagnose it from the booth, but It didn't look too good.
So the 6'4" redshirt junior from San Antonio, Jacob Zeno, will come out. Baylor transfer, again, was QB1 back in the spring, while Dylan Hopkins was dealing with an injury. Now he's out there trying to see what this UAB offense can do with him running the show. And they'll run it again here on first down, and not much doing there. As Broderick Martin band, is he a monster up front for this Western Kentucky squad? No gain on first down.
Violently disruptive. Quarterback sack already for his fumble. There does a good job of disengaging with the center, throwing him to the side, and violently going after the running back. And there's Tyson Summers, the DC, right there. And I think they're doing everything that they wanted to do. They gave up the big play early, but they've settled down. They play special football in special situations, causing turnovers. It's a good night right now for Tyson Summers and his defense.
Fake the handoff, back to pass, fires left side, dangerous throw. It was high, and two defenders in the territory coming up to make the hit. There was Davion Williams, the transfer from Michigan State, comes up with the hit.
Very dangerous throw. When you throw a high ball late to the flat to your receiver and he has to jump and get it, that's where we talk about player safety. You have to go over and tell the quarterback, hey man, get that ball down or you're gonna get me killed. You have to massage Zeno into the game with some early throws. I think on first down when they're showing that man coverage, there's an opportunity for some easy throws here. 3rd and 10, UAB is really a running offense. Here, as a young quarterback, don't put the ball in harm's way.
Zeno with the handoff, and again, it's McBride. Big play, gets across midfield. He's still on his feet. It's a foot race. They're trying to catch him from behind. Finally brought down inside the 10-yard line. Explosive play there from Dwayne McBride. Kendrick Simpkins, the last one to save the touchdown. 64-yard gain for McBride.
And you see it there. They were loaded up in the box. They had enough defenders to stop the run. Number 24, who's supposed to be in that B gap, thought it was pass, vacated his gap. And if you do that versus a back with the capabilities of McBride, he's going to hit you for a big play on the ground.
Today's Red Zone brought to you by Verizon. Take a look at the efficiency there for UAB when they've been in the red zone this year. Touchdown percentage, 57%, just 90th in FBS football this year as the penalty markers come out here on first down. See the conversation there between Brian Vincent, the interim head coach, and Jacob Zeno.
False start. Number 62, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
It's the right tackle, Sidney Wells.
Yeah, you see it right there. His left hand flinches, and that's just enough for the defense to cross the line of scrimmage and tap you, and they're going to call that all day. And this is what you don't want. UAB, a run-first offense. You don't want those negative plays, self-inflicted wounds on first down. You want to win first down.
So it's 1st and goal from the 15. Handoff on first down, and a run close to the 10-yard line.
And this Hilltopper defense was expecting a very physical game. And you see McBride pick that big run up on 3rd and 10. They're used to those type of runs. They don't have a problem with going forward on 3rd and 10 and keeping it on the ground, being that they have 2 special backs back there.
So 14 games with 100+ yards for McBride. He just crossed the 100-yard marker. He's got 102 yards on 7 carries in this game. Empty backfield this time here. 2nd down and goal. Firing over the middle. It's a very low throw, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Tyjon Palmer there. That'll bring up 3rd and goal.
And what they're asking Zeno to do right now is tough sledding for any quarterback. Right there, they just try to go to a slant route to the field, but they had a safety sitting inside, a corner sitting outside. It's going to be very difficult with the timing and how quickly things happen down here in the red zone. If you didn't take those reps in practice, it's going to be very difficult. You're going to have to lean heavily on the run game down here.
UAB perfect on 3rd down so far in this game. And we get a timeout coming from the sidelines, a timeout for the
UAB
Blazers.
will take their first timeout.
With 11:25 to go here until halftime.
Timeout on the field.
7-7 game, a huge Conference USA clash. UAB with a big third down when we come back. UAB heads back out on the road next Saturday when they take on the FAU Owls. The action begins at 7 Eastern. The action's right here on CBS Sports Network. 7-7 our game here, 11:25 to go. Here in this first half, UAB right on the doorstep again, but it is third down and 3. And again, Jacob Zeno in at quarterback. Dylan Hopkins was shaken up in the first quarter. Third down and goal from the 11. He's got Brown in the backfield with him. Zeno fakes the handoff. Here comes the rush, and they've got him brought down. Big time loss at the 19-yard line. Loss of 8 on the play. Huge stop there for Western Kentucky. Jaden Hunter, the one that comes up with the sack.
Yeah, the redshirt junior transfer there just beats his man one-on-one and is able to pull in the quarterback at the same time, coming around the edge, keeping it tight, actually swiping for the football, trying to intentionally knock it out again, causing the third turnover, holding this Blazer offense to this field goal attempt.
Matt Quinn with a 36-yard attempt. The kick is up, and that one is good. So the Blazers reclaim the lead on the 36-yard field goal. 10-7 our score here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. What a tremendous road trip. As you take a look at Ben Chase in the Western Kentucky swag. As we are in a 10-7 game, a huge one in Conference USA. So Ben Chase picked a good one to come to. You see him decked up. Now, he always wears the home team swag when he goes to these games, but he's trying to hit 32. He's in a white minivan to take him all over the country. He calls Betty White. So again, let's take a look at our Fansville cam, brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Ben Chase's ultimate college football road trip. You think you can see 60 games in a college football season getting on the road?
Not even close. I have 40-something flights for TV for NBC and CBS, and it's draining me. I don't know how this guy, is somebody driving him, or is he doing it himself?
He's doing all the driving himself.
Wow, that's incredible.
So here we go on first down, Western Kentucky.
Another fumble.
10-7, and we've now got another one on the ground. This time UAB says anything you can do, I can do better. The signal says Blazer football.
Rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. First down.
And it was Fish McWilliams able to come up with it.
And both defenses are playing out of their minds, intentionally swiping at the ball, and these defensive line is really taking it to the offensive line on both sides, and you see it there. Just intentionally swiping the ball out, winning your individual matchups, and we talk about the 4 points of pressure all the time, especially when you're in a area where you have multiple defenders around. Poindexter was a little loose with the ball there, and it came out. Blazers defense creates a turnover.
So with the turnover here, it goes back to UAB with the ball on the 27-yard line of the Hilltoppers.
The previous play of a fumble recovered by the defense is under review.
So they're going to take a look at this one. Tyler Taylor was the one that ripped the ball loose out of the hands of Davion Poindexter.
You want to know who it was? It was Jalen Key. He had him wrapped up. The back of his back was showing, and Jalen Key came and intentionally punched the ball. Textbook as how the defensive coaches teach him. Let's take another look at it here. You see him spinning, and you see from the back right there, Jalen Key punched it out, intentionally punched it out, getting the ball on the ground, and you'll see one of the defensive linemen just jump on it there. A lot of belly flopping around, but he'll accept that. Yeah. He'll take that, eat it up, eat the football up with the belly there, and you see it in a swarm of defenders. You want to put 2 arms on that ball. 1 arm isn't enough.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field of a fumble recovered by the defense is confirmed. It'll be first down, UAB.
So call confirmed. A lot of excitement here.
And they talked about Jalen Key. When we talked to DC David Reeves, talked about how raw he was coming out of high school and how they had to develop him. And he's been making plays and getting better each and every week. One of the most athletic players on this team.
So a handoff here on first down. UAB trying to take advantage of the turnover here. Dwayne McBride with the carry. Just a 1-yard pickup there. He tried to get to the outside.
They're okay with that 1-yard run from McBride. As long as they keep the clock running, as long as they continue to play the field position game, they're okay with that.
So Ben's chase in Fansville, brought to you by Dr. Pepper. He's repping those Hilltoppers, though. The ultimate fan. And brought to you by Dr. Pepper. McBride on the carry, takes it across the 20, and they'll give him the 19-yard line and a 7-yard pickup here.
When you watch McBride, he's just so smooth. The patience, the burst once he sees the hole. Coming into this game, we expected him to get so many carries, 20, 30 carries tonight. And he's going to consistently just pound you, and hopefully wear you down to where you can start to rip off those big runs in the second half.
UAB 3 of 4 on third down. And some more movement up front. And Western Kentucky's done this a couple of times.
They have, and that's Khalif Hallisey, the cornerback, who's actually their leader in TFL, is just a little too anxious to get into the backfield there.
So that's going to give UAB a first down.
Offside. Number 44, defense in the neutral zone, causing an offensive reaction. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
It's another big penalty.
Yeah, they said 44 there. It looks like number 12. Hallisey.
A fresh set of downs here for the Blazers. Play action, Zeno fires for the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. Fred Ferrier comes up with it. Big time throw from Zeno. UAB strikes again. 14-yard touchdown completion, and the Blazers lead it 16-7.
And this Blazers offense puts so much pressure on the defense. You see the play action fake there, getting all the linebackers sucked up. They force you to play man coverage on the outside, being that they can run the ball so well. And that's just an amazing catch to go up and on your head top from Fred Ferrier II, who's been coming on home big in previous weeks. The Blazers take a commanding lead right now, 2-score lead, trying to go up 17-7 with this extra point.
The redshirt freshman from Frankfort, Kentucky, as Quinn comes on to kick the point after. It's up, and it is good. Big time plays from the backup quarterback, Jacob Zeno. 17-7 lead by the Blazers. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico. Say again, Tony.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 3, Western Kentucky, his first of the game. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. Timeout on the field.
Jakari Moses called for the unsportsmanlike conduct there. So UAB up 17-7. We'll step aside here, under 9 minutes to go here in Bowling Green. Tomorrow at noon Eastern, we're back with a full slate of college football action, starting with a battle up north as Army takes on Louisiana Monroe. That's followed by Western Michigan against Miami of Ohio. Later, Boise State tries to score another Mountain West win against Air Force, and San Diego State visits Nevada. It's all right here tomorrow on CBS Sports Network. Fred Ferrier with a touchdown for UAB, and they've now taken a double-digit lead on the road here at Western Kentucky. We had a penalty that's going to make this an easy kick to the back of the end zone for a touchback. Dante, just take a look at this play one more time. Great throw from Zeno.
Yeah, but it's great play action fake, getting the defenders to step up. The safety was late getting over the top, and then the back shoulder high throw, allowing Ferrier to go up and high point the ball. That's amazing execution from your backup quarterback in a tough situation there.
So with under 9 minutes to go until halftime, Western Kentucky sees a 10-point deficit in front of them. They are a second quarter team. Again, the most points they've scored all season have been in the second quarter. They turned it over on their last drive just as it got started. Ball carrier here on first down is number 21, LT Sanders, the freshman from Gardendale, Alabama. Tyler Taylor in on the tackle, just a 2-yard pickup on first down.
And that's textbook tackling in the hole for Tyler Taylor, 6'3", 245 pounds. And that's what you like to see from your linebackers. Run stuffers, stepping up, not allowing the back to fall forward for extra yards, and actually knocking the back backwards. 2nd and 8 here for this Western offense.
Reed hands it off again to Sanders. 4-yard pickup there.
And this is what the Blazers defense wanted to do. They wanted to play a lot of coverage, drop 8, rush with 3, stop the run with 3, and force this Western Kentucky offense to dink and dunk down the field. And when you talk to David Reeves, he doesn't believe that Western Kentucky can do that. He wants to stop them from making the big plays. He wants to tackle in the open field, play physically, and they've been doing it for this entire first half.
Hilltoppers 1 of 4 on third down tonight. Reed fires over the middle, pass complete, and they close in on him immediately. Malachi Corley, no, falls down. It's an incomplete pass.
4th down.
I thought Corley had hung on to it, but the sandwich came in and did not allow him to make a move. Couldn't hang on, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Alex, I tell you what, this defense is so well coached. My DB coach for Ohio State was Mel Tucker, the head coach at Michigan State, and he always talked about breaking 1/3 the distance the ball was in the air. Did you see 5 guys converge on that ball? There was no chance to fit that in there. That's perfect reaction, anticipation, and that's why they off the field on 3rd down.
So the Blazers force a punt here. And a fair catch is called there by Starling Thomas. 42 yards on the punt. 10-point lead for the Blazers. And Zeno once again leads the offense back out on the field. This is the first 5 possessions here for the Blazers. You see the 2 takeaways by Western Kentucky. One of them hurt them, the other didn't. We stand here at 17-7. They've scored on 3 of their 5 drives.
And they've been able to weather the storm. They started the game off fast. Again, 2 fumbles consecutively, but they've been able to pick up where they started with the field goal and a touchdown late. They're going to try to get this, put some more distance between them and the Hilltoppers here with a long drive that hopefully eats up the clock.
And remember, they lost quarterback Dylan Hopkins on their 2nd drive after he picked up a 1st down. So Zeno running things now. And here's a carry. We have penalty markers out after a big run here from Jermaine Brown as he gets across the 35 and near the 40-yard line. Talik Allen coming up with the stop, but this one's coming back.
Holding, number 77, offense, 10-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Kadeem Telfort, the left tackle, the 5th-year senior from Miami.
And that's one of the offensive linemen that they least expect to do that. Remember, he's their leader. He's the communicator up front. And when we talked to the offensive coordinator, Darren Henshaw, he said that he's definitely going to play on Sunday. He's a Swiss Army knife. He can play every position on the offensive line. It's just very tough that he was he got that holding penalty on the play right there. 1st and 20 right here. It's not what you want if you're UAB and you want to run the ball.
And it's going to be draw play here by Zeno as he takes it himself and gets near the original line of scrimmage. We're going to put him about a yard short, so maybe a 9-yard pickup there on 1st down.
Design quarterback run. You see some of the speed and elusive ability of Zeno there, picking up 9 yards in a flash. And you look at Brian Vincent, he told us all week, we don't care what happens. We're going to run the ball. And it's another example there. Run there with your quarterback there, picking up half of that 2nd and 20, putting it in a better, manageable situation on 2nd down.
But they do have some confidence in Zeno for him to throw the football. We just saw the touchdown pass, but you're right. They like the way he runs the ball. You mentioned the quarterback draw design on that last play. And another run up the middle here. Another about a 3-yard pickup there, Jaden Hunter.
When you have such a dominant running game, it makes it easier for your passers. It makes it easier for your pass catchers. You get a lot of man-to-man coverage across the board, one safety in the middle of the field. It makes things defined for your quarterback knowing where to throw the ball. So that's why they're okay with Zeno throwing the ball in the red zone there with the RPO action. The quick game here in the open field is because with the running game, there's only so many players that can defend the pass as well.
3rd down and 7 here for the Blazers. They'll go with 4 receivers here. Zeno, back to pass. Here comes the rush. They've got him wrapped up and brought down. Another sack for this Western Kentucky defense. It's Derek Smith that comes up with it. That's his 3rd sack of the season, a loss of 12.
And they love Derek Smith. He's their money backer. Only his 1st year playing linebacker. You see what he can do. He can attack you when you're passing the ball. He can attack you in the run game and nearly caused a fumble there coming off the edge, redirecting, and that's a huge stop for this heel topper defense. And I thought that Zeno missed the check down there, the hot route, and caused the sack.
Derek Smith, the 5th-year senior, the transfer from Illinois. Ball up in the air and a fair catch is called. So Western Kentucky's offense will take the field again, trailing by 10 with 4:47 to go in the half. First down here for the Hilltoppers. Bubble screen on 1st down, and Corley finds some room up the middle. Is going to pick up the 1st down and more, and takes it all the way to about the 48-yard line here. Big pickup of 12 on 1st down here for the Hilltoppers, and they're going to move quickly. We got the receivers stacked on both sides of the field on 1st down. The handoff will go to Sanders. Picks up a yard.
And I like what this Blazer defense is doing. They're doing a good job of manipulating the box count. You see with the wide formations, they have defensive backs out there covered up, but upon the snap of the ball, they're scooching and inching in to stop the run. Western Michigan thought that they had box count numbers there. The defense for the Blazers end up stepping up.
So a lot of rushes by UAB, but you saw on that last graphic, a lot of rushes for Western Kentucky. That surprised you, Dante?
No, that didn't surprise me. We expected that with Dylan Hopkins, but even with the backup, you expect that even more.
Now on Western Kentucky's side, they've got a lot of rushes in this game as the pass is incomplete.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that. Well, with the Western Kentucky, yeah, you expect them to throw the ball. They have 70% passing, air raid offense. And remember, they're going off the box count, though. It's just wanting to step back and throw the football. It's counting those boxes. If we have 5 offensive linemen, you have 5 defenders in there, we're going to run it. So that actually tells them what to do on offense.
Western Kentucky, 14 rushing attempts, 19 for UAB here in the game. They also have 11 pass attempts. They run a lot of plays. They just don't have a lot of points. We got a big 3rd down here. Western Kentucky just 1 of 5 on 3rd down in this game. Handoff goes to Sanders again. Explosive play, gets across the 40, still on his feet as he crosses the 30. And a big 1st down play for Western Kentucky. They'd only converted once on 3rd down, but they pick up one there.
And they took a play out of the Blazers book there. 3rd and 10, the Blazers ran and picked it up with McBride. They choose to run it on 3rd and 9 there for another big play on the ground.
It was a 23-yard pickup, and again it's Sanders. And the freshman coming up with some big plays here in this 2nd quarter for this Western Kentucky offense. A 10-yard pickup there, another 1st down for the Hilltoppers.
And it's definitely given them a spark. If you're UAB's defense, you still have to maintain your composure. You don't want to allocate too many guys to the run game here, being that they have so many weapons on the outside.
So they'll slow down a bit. No, what UAB
will
decided to take a timeout here.
This is a 30-second timeout.
We'll step aside here for 30. 10-point lead for UAB here in Bowling Green. Ten-point lead for the Blazers here, but the Hilltoppers knock it on the doorstep. As LT Sanders is coming with 5 carries and 40 yards here. The freshman, nice complimentary piece for this Western Kentucky offense, who hasn't been able to do much throwing the football tonight. Just 30 yards in the air game. Pass fired over the middle. It is. Is it intercepted? They say yes. What a play there. A fantastic grab off of the deflection. Will Bowler, how did he come up with that? Just an incredible play in the red zone by the UAB defense.
And that's just the tip ball drill. Almost an impossible catch. Gets his hands under the football, middle field surveying. That's exactly what this Blazer defense needed. Will Bowler has been running the alley all night, all over the field. And right there, comes up with the big takeaway to keep the Hilltoppers off the board. That was a phenomenal interception.
Is under further review.
They are going to review this. They were looking for Dawood Davis, who's their playmaker from their, as far as their wide receivers are concerned. He's got 5 touchdowns on the season, had 8 touchdowns in 2021, and he goes up for it. And Starling Thomas had him wrapped up. Great coverage there. The ball ends up in the air, and just an absolutely sensational play.
And when you run to the ball, good things happen. I see the ball touch the ground there, but did it move? Does he have full control of it? I think he does have full control. It doesn't look like it moved while it was in his grasp. But again, Starling Thomas, do you see the textbook coverage? Yeah. They teach all cornerbacks, when you get a post in the red zone, don't enter the red zone until the receiver pushes you in there. He undercuts the route, and you see it again. Bowler getting his hands under there. It's going to be a close play. Let's see it a little closer.
Oh,
tip of the ball, hit it. Let's see if it moves.
Well, it was kind of moving before. I don't know if we can rewind that, but watch it slightly before.
Like right there. Just a heck of an effort.
Yeah.
Pull it in. I'm 50-50 on this one, Alex. You know, it's a little tough, and, you know, I love the secondary guys back there. I understand what it means to get that interception. That's money. You can't drop the money. Like the defense is headed back out there for the Blazers, like they might have overturned it.
Nevertheless, a sensational effort there from Bowler. To see that ball up in the air and just have to kind of adjust to be able to come up with the catch there, just to potentially have an interception.
That's very difficult in practice to do, especially in the game. And you can tell that he was just locked in from the beginning of this game. Remember, on the right side over there, running the alley, getting down the runner, trying to cut back into the teeth of the defense. He did the same thing on the opposite side. He got up the field on 3rd down. Right there, breaking on the ball, breaking on the quarterback's throw and mannerisms. And, you know, right here, I'm 50-50 on the interception still.
After reviewing the play, it's been determined the ball hit the ground. It was an incomplete pass. The ball will be returned to the previous spot, the 18-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 10. Western Kentucky.
Just steal a nice play. Reaction from the defensive backs, and, you know, that's a huge momentum shift for his West Kentucky.
Well, what it is a sigh of relief.
Sigh of relief for sure.
Because this offense, normally extremely efficient, to have only 7 points with under 3 minutes to go in the half is shocking to a lot of people. This UAB defense came to play. So the Hilltoppers breathing new life here with Reed at quarterback. Reed with the handoff here to Sanders. Finds some room. Penalty markers are coming out. in the offensive backfield as he gets near the 12-yard line. Grayson Cash coming in on the tackle there. This one likely coming back, though.
Personal foul, face mask, number 78, offense, 15-yard penalty, still second down.
Quantavious Leslie called for the face mask here.
You see him a line right there on the left side. You see the right hand just get caught in the face mask, and he yanked it. They're going to call that every time. Now, if you get the hand in there, incidental contact, and you let it go immediately, they probably won't call it. But when you grab it, yank it, they're going to call it every time.
That's huge after kind of getting an extra life, the one-up, the green mushroom, if you will. End up following into a pit here. Second down and 25. Firing over the middle. Another dangerous throw. It was there, and it falls incomplete. Mac McWilliams in on the coverage there for UAB.
Well, you know what? That's textbook. He beat the receiver to the route, and there's no way that an outside cornerback playing outside leverage should get to the inside of a receiver and touch the football before the actual receiver does. These defensive backs are like they're in the huddle with the Hilltoppers right now. They're one step ahead. The reaction, break on the ball. There's something that they know about this offense that's allowing them to play that much faster.
Jalen Hall was the intended target there. It is third down. They're 2 of 6 on third down in this game, and they'll just run it up the middle, try to give them perhaps an easier shot at a field goal as they get inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. The carry there from Sanders. So now 2 of 7 on third down in the game. You think they've got confidence in their kicker here? Looks like they do. As Narveson in to kick the field goal here. It's a long one. 47 yards on the attempt here. He's 2 for 3 on the season from 40 yards or deeper coming in. And that one is good. Fantastic play there. They're back within 7 here in Bowling Green. We'll step aside for 30 here on CBS Sports Network. Western Kentucky with a 47-yard field goal. They're back within a touchdown, 17-10 here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Blazers about to get the ball here with 1:41 remaining in the half.
And the Hilltoppers definitely needed that 3 points right there, just for confidence purposes going into the half. These UAB defenses have their numbers. For them to pull out 3 there after the big penalty to put them in 2nd and 28, that was huge for momentum shift.
Western Kentucky will kick this one deep. Caught 1 yard deep in the end zone. And here comes the return. Up the middle it goes, and they'll get it at the 30-yard line. Now coming up next, we'll send you to the studio for the Verizon halftime report. Amanda Guerra, Houston Nutt, Kevin Carter, and Danny Cannell all standing by in our New York studios. It's the Verizon halftime report coming up in 1:33 of game time. Take a look at the medical tent down on the sideline for UAB. Dylan Hopkins entered the tent in the first quarter on their second drive of the game, has not exited the tent. Certainly hope that he's okay. But shaken up after he ran for a first down, as you see Dwayne McBride on the carry there, taking it to the outside. A penalty marker is down. Dominic Bradshaw there to bring him down.
Holding, defense, number 97. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic, first down.
So the holding call against Western Kentucky. So big penalty here against the Hilltoppers. And UAB has some options here. Good field position with 1:22 to go. And still with a timeout left. Zeno with the handoff to McBride, able to find some room. He's so patient, waiting for that hole that he wants before he actually takes it.
And so confident that he can make these defenders miss. There were 3 free defenders there, and with one move, he made 2 guys miss and was able to pick up 6 yards. That's just a special back making a special play.
By the way, that penalty against Western Kentucky gave him 6 for 55 yards now. Fire over the middle. Looked like the ball was going to get there, and it's incomplete. Trey Shropshire, the intended target there for UAB. Take another look.
And Jacquez Evans right there prevented a big play. You'll see it, just getting his hand up at the last moment. He actually got sucked up on play action, was able to retreat, get up under the route. If not, the receiver might still be running. That's a big play and a big moment in the game.
Kind of the last-ditch effort there to come up with a play on the deflection, getting his hands in there. UAB 3 of 5 on 3rd downs in this game. They've got a 3rd and 4 here. 39 seconds to go. They'll hand the ball off to Brown. Is not going to get there. Gets to the line of scrimmage. And a timeout taken here as Jacquez Evans comes up with the tackle.
We'll take their first time out of the half.
We'll step aside here. 34 seconds to go here in the half. Seven-point lead for the Blazers here. 34 seconds remaining in the half. Alex Navarro, Dante Whitner, glad to have you with us. Our entire CBS crew here from Bowling Green, Kentucky. As the Blazers and Western Kentucky, both 2-1 in Conference USA, squaring off. And it's been a good one. Had a little bit of everything in this game. As the punt is away. Fair catch is called by Jalen Hall at the 10-yard line. So 27 seconds remaining here for Western Kentucky. They still have 2 timeouts left. And this team certainly capable of scoring big plays with not a lot of time.
Yeah, not a lot of time, but they do have the 2 timeouts, and you do have a quarterback that can make all the throws, and you have weapons all over the field with a strong arm. So if I'm thinking, if I'm the Blazers, I'm keeping the safeties back because I'm expecting this Hilltopper offense to come out throwing the ball laterally and vertically and try to get down and put some points on the board, whether it be a touchdown or a field goal.
So the offense coming out of the field led by Austin Reed. Again, the graduate transfer out of West Florida, won a national championship back in 2019 as their quarterback. Reed fires immediately on the bubble. Pass complete, gets to about the 20-yard line. They're going to give him the first down. I don't know if they will. They're going to give him 9
Western
on the
Kentucky
play.
will take their second timeout.
And Western Kentucky will take a timeout.
30 seconds.
We'll step aside again. 7-point lead for the Blazers. 20 seconds to go. One timeout remaining for the Hilltoppers. 20 seconds to go. 2nd and 1 coming up. It's a long way to go. Have the ball on their own 19-yard line. Trying to get some points for the end of the half. Reed fires, pass complete to Corley, finds some room, gets across the 35, finally brought down as he gets across the 40. They're going to give him the 42-yard line, a 23-yard pickup before Noah Wilder there to bring him down. 12 seconds to go, clock is running. Snap by Reed. He's going to step up, he's going to try to get out of bounds. 5 seconds to go, he gets there with 4 seconds remaining on the game clock. It'll be 2nd down and about 5 with 4 seconds to go. What are you drawing up here, Dante?
Well, being that you have 1 timeout left, you can throw the ball in the middle of the field. If you can get down, call the timeout, 5 seconds, you might have an opportunity to snap it with 1 second on the clock.
Timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
We'll keep it right here.
No, they don't have the timeout. You have to work the sideline. You have to throw it to the end zone.
I don't know if you got with 4 seconds.
And I thought it was 5 seconds on the clock. I see that it's 4. They might have, they wouldn't have had time to throw it in the middle of the field, get down and kick a field goal. They have to throw it to the end zone here.
Let's take a look at the CUSA standings. We want to show you what's really at stake. Again, the top 4 teams in the conference Record-wise, squaring off this week, you see UAB and Western Kentucky both at 2-1. UTSA and North Texas will square off tomorrow, so somebody's going to get a loss there. UTSA, of course, the defending champions in Conference USA. Things tight up at the top. Don't think we're going to see FIU or Charlotte get in the running for that Conference USA championship.
No, not a chance. That was over a long time ago. It's going to be between UTSA, North Texas.
Some good teams up at the top.
Here.
Yeah.
That's why a win tonight is huge if you want to leapfrog somebody in those standings.
UTSA certainly a program on the rise in their final year in CUSA. Reed lets it fly. Hail Mary. The end of the half. Ball's up in the air, tipped, and the pass falls incomplete. And we are done. First half in the books here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. 17-10. Blazers lead it over the Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers got to get some work going in the second half. 17-10 our score. After these commercial messages, stay tuned for the Verizon halftime report. Amanda Guerra with our studio in New York. What a first half we saw here in Bowling Green on blackout night here in Western Kentucky. Huge Conference USA clash, 17-10 our score. The Blazers with the lead over the Hilltoppers. Alex Sabari alongside three-time Pro Bowler Dante Whitner. And Dante, we knew this was big. We knew it'd be physical. We knew the defenses would come to play. But I don't think we expected this type of lack of passing from Western Kentucky.
We didn't, and we didn't expect Western Kentucky to rush for 122 yards in the first half and for Austin Reed to only have 62 yards passing. But we expected both defenses to play well. And you see, UAB, they forced a turnover, and Western Kentucky forced two. And you see McBride, he's a slasher. Oh, the hesitation in the hole, fighting for extra yards. We knew that we would see this type of physicality all night from McBride. And here again, he's not getting touched until he reached the second level. That's very concerning for this Western Kentucky defense. And they're right there, making a guy miss in the open field, going off for the 59-yard run up the sideline. They're going to have to make sure they plug these gaps up, or McBride is going to go for over 200 tonight.
We talk about his patience, 117 yards. It's 7th straight 100-yard rushing game, 6th of the season. 11 rushes tonight for that 117 yards. He's been a focal point as we expected. As we have the second half kickoff. And it goes into the end zone, and the Blazers will have the football first. Let's take a look at our Sonic quarterback comparison. Take a look at Hopkins, who's out of the game, at least for the moment.
Kicking team,
left the game on the
7.
second drive. We do have
that
a penalty.
That 5-yard penalty will be enforced from the 25-yard line. First down.
You see Reed, just 9 of 16, 62 yards. On pace for a season low for Reed. Again, stepping into the footsteps of Bailey Zappi, who of course set all kinds of records here at Western Kentucky. Zappi now 2-0 as the quarterback of the New England Patriots. Mac Jones' injury, and you see second quarterback used on the night for UAB. We talked about Hopkins going down as Jacob Zeno again still out there as Derek Smith comes up with the tackle here as Dwayne McBride runs on first down.
And to open this second half, we see the Western Kentucky defense going to 7- and 8-man boxes. They have to be careful. This is still a UAB team that will throw the ball over your head, even with the backup quarterback, if you leave too many guys in the box.
One of the 2 touchdowns for UAB is a touchdown pass to Samario Rudolph. A run here. Bride again, ball carrier.
Jacquez Evans stepping up there, making the big play from the run stop.
kind of interesting to see the play selections here, Dante. It's virtually even for Western Kentucky. I was not expecting a 50-50 run pass for Western Kentucky.
He wasn't. We were expecting 70% air raid passing it. You expect for UAB to run the ball with those high numbers.
Blazers 3 of 6 on 3rd down. Oh, able to stay on his feet. McBride able to get the hand down to keep him from going down, and he ends up getting the first down there as he gets across the 45 after the 10-yard pickup here.
And it's the balance for me. Finding the hole, look right there. Oh, just being able to stop, cut, keep his balance, pick up the first down. He's a special back. He's definitely going to play on Sunday.
Can you talk about how hard that is to maintain your balance, keeping your hand on the ground just to stay on your feet?
That's very difficult, and to be aware of where the defenders are that's trying to take you out and get the ball off you, to be able to cut, fall down, get up, and burst for a first down, that's incredible.
So first down for the Blazers on the 47. Again, the handoff, but nothing doing there. Jaden Hunter able to get in there quickly. A loss of 1 on the play.
And this Hilltopper defense, they're bringing blitzers, linebackers. Right there, Jaden Hunter was untouched for the TFL. And that's what it's going to take tonight. They're going to have to sell out on the run. They're going to have to say, hey, you have your backup quarterback in the game. You're going to have to beat us through the air. And that's what we're seeing from the Hilltoppers defense right here. Let's see how UAB adjusts to this.
Second down and 11. Fake the handoff, play action, fire over the middle. It's almost there, and so disappointed in himself is TJ Jones. I beg your pardon, Samario Rudolph, who couldn't come up with it, had a touchdown earlier in the game, but just right through his hands.
You're right. Sometimes those are the hardest balls to catch when you're wide open and you're looking for that clean area of grass to run to once you catch the ball. And he wished that he could have that one back. That's an easy catch. The 59-yard touchdown earlier in the game to put UAB on the board early. Randolph definitely wish he has that ball back.
Hopkins and Zeno both have touchdown throws. Zeno running the offense now after the injury to Hopkins. Big 3rd down. They are 4 for 7 on 3rd down. Whistles coming out. And we're going to get a timeout here.
UAB will
taken by the Blazers.
Out of the half.
So they're going to talk it over here with a 3rd and 11 coming up right in the middle of the field with 12:28 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
And you see Vincent he's yelling at his players over there on the offensive side of the ball saying, hey, we have to get lined up. We can't snap the ball and take a penalty. That's why he had to call the timeout there.
Let's take a closer look at a play we love, brought to you by Marco's Pizza. And it's the UAB touchdown in that 1st quarter. You see Hopkins here connect with Rudolph and turns into a big play.
Yeah, beating man coverage, getting the ball to Rudolph so that he could transition it, continue to run full speed with it, tightrope the sideline, not step out. Big touchdown early to put the Blazers on the board.
Although referee Dante Whitner thought he stepped out.
I definitely thought he stepped out. I would like to have a close-up look at that. Well, I need a better close-up look at that. We have one, but I need a better close-up look at that. You know, guy, you guys do a great job in the truck, but it just looked like he was out today.
Well, great job by our crew back at Mission Control downstairs. Pass complete here. It's TJ Jones with the reception this time. Now it goes to the other end of the field here. Jones just trying to escape, and they've got him smothered and brought down. They're going to give him the 42-yard line, but that's still a loss of 4, and it'll be 4th down.
Lots of black jerseys around that ball, and the best part about this is here, setting the edge of the defense with number 9, 34, cutting it back, but the backside defenders remaining disciplined so that he can't bubble and get outside of the defense. That's what you want on this first series if you're the Hilltoppers defense, to get the ball back quickly for your offense.
Halassi was the first one to get there, and then a swarm of Hilltoppers coming to grab him. Fair catch is called there. It'll be Western Kentucky ball. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. We're back in a moment.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve, by Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches, and by Rogue. Don't weaken.
Taking a look back at the 2018 Conference USA champion UAB Blazers, their first in school history, and what a surprise. Football was reinstated in 2017. Remember, the program was shut down in 2015, and they arose from the ashes. Become a pretty solid group of 5 program here in Conference USA. Poindexter gets the carry. Poindexter had been out of the game for a little bit near the end of that first half as Fish McWilliams makes the tackle, and they went to the freshman LT Sanders for some runs. We'll see what this Western Kentucky offense does here, see if they change things up a bit, because they didn't throw the ball efficiently at all in that first half.
I think they're going to have to throw the ball here in the second half. You see that running the ball is not their MO. They didn't put up the points that they want. They're not getting the explosive plays. They're going to have to depend on Austin Reed and these wide receivers that are so skilled and able to push the defense.
Ball start. Number 64, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Another penalty here called against Western Kentucky.
And that's 64, Vincent Murphy. And you see him right there with the quick flinch. And that's his second time doing that tonight. There has to be something with the communication between the center and the guard that's going on with the internal offensive lineman from the Hilltoppers.
8 penalties for 65 yards for the Hilltoppers tonight. Reed fires, got a man, and that pass is complete. First big play in a while as Michael Matheson comes up with the reception, the transfer out of Akron.
Now you see the fake stalk block there. Defense coming up thinking there's going to be a quick bubble and fitting it in coverage.
Back quickly, pass complete to Dalvin Smith on the outside. And wrestled out of bounds, keeps it going just before the first down as Mac McWilliams able to bring him down. They'll move the stick all the way to about the 45-yard line, so about a yard shy on that 9-yard pickup.
I like the sense of urgency that this Hilltopper offense is displaying right now. They're coming out, tempo, complete the ball to the left flat, come back to Daywood, complete it to the right. This is when their offense is moving with maximum efficiency.
Got Sanders in the backfield here. Takes the carry here on second down and able to push forward, gain of about 4 for the first down as Will Bowler there for the stop. And now little extracurriculars after this play. It's been physical all game.
It has, and there's a lot on the line. And you see just that chippiness here in the second half, everything on the line. 2 teams that don't like each other.
You know, and this has become they've only played 8 times in the school's history, so it's not like a historic rivalry, but it's become one here in CUSA. They've been near the top back when there were 2 divisions in CUSA of the East Division. And now here they are. UAB is moving on after this season, so this is the final time they'll face each other as Conference USA foes. They both won 4 times in the series. As we get a tackle here after the first down play. As Tyler Taylor comes up with the tackle after the 4-yard pickup on first down.
And that was a physical tackle. Did you see how he arrived there? He was trying to take his head off with that one.
Reed hands it off to Sanders. Sanders brought down after about a 1-yard pickup there. Roderick Bynum there to bring him down.
And I'll tell you what, I'm extremely surprised that they're continuing to stick to the run game as much as they are, knowing how much they like to throw it around the field. But it seemed like it's working for them right here. 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 5. You have to think that if they don't pick this up, they're going to go for it on 4th down.
3rd and 5. Western Kentucky just 2 of 7 on 3rd downs. 3 receivers to Reed's left. And the handoff on 3rd down. Just a 2-yard pickup there. And this is kind of four down territory around this area of the field for this Western Kentucky team.
Hey, remember what Tyson Helton told us? He said, hey, we're not going to have enough possession, so don't be surprised if you see me go for it a lot on 4th down, even backed up in our own territory.
That's a great point.
I fully 100% expect him to go for it right here on 4th down.
So the offense is staying out there. The freshman LT Sanders. Here's the running back. As you see Tyson Helton. His father, Kim, coached at Houston, the first and only father and son to win Conference USA Coach of the Year honors. As you see a run here by Reed, and he picks up the first down. Another run for this Western Kentucky offense, and they pick up the first down here on the 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, and I didn't expect them to run the ball there with Austin Reed. He does a good job of putting his head down, fighting for the extra yards, fighting behind the push of that offensive line. Just another set of downs for Helton in this offense.
I mean, we're talking about an offense that scores 40 a game, and that's down from last year.
But they knew going into this game that the Blazers weren't going to give them anything, and they were going to have to fight on every level to get everything that they wanted out there. They're going to have to earn it all.
Looking for the equalizer on this drive. That's a nice piece of running there from Sanders. Little second burst, able to get to the 30 and pick up another first down, a 10-yard pickup.
And what's allowing them to get this going on the run ground is they have 3 defensive linemen, they have 3 linebackers, and they're dropping 8 into the secondary to take away the deep passing from Western Kentucky. And they're just taking what the defense is giving them, being patient, sticking to the run game.
Poindexter back in the backfield for the Hilltoppers. Take the handoff, pitch, left side. That's Corley trying to get it into space there. Gets across the 30 to about the 28-yard line. A little trickeration there from Western Kentucky as Wilder comes up with the stop.
Very creative and unique play call here. It looks like they were going for the fake double reverse, throw back to the quarterback, potentially throwing it to Corley coming across the field. The defense did a good job of being geared in, locked in on that play, and not allowing the quarterback to get the pitch back to be able to potentially throw it down the field for a big play.
Reed, plenty of time. Nobody open for him. Finally fires to the left side. It's complete. Staying on his feet, though. And they say no. Down. Wilder there to make the stop.
And they didn't get the sack, but they did get the TFL. That's a lot of time, especially when you have a 3-man rush. You have max protection, 7 protectors, 6 guys in there blocking. But the defensive backs held up. That's what you expect them to do back there with an 8-man drop, 3-man protection, come up, make the tackle, and it's a TFL.
There was nobody in the middle of the field trying to get open either. Everything was to the outside that time. Dante didn't have anybody to throw it to. Here's Poindexter running it to about the 25.
And how many times have we seen Tyler Taylor show up with that same type of tackle to stop the back in his tracks with a big hit? Physicality. This defense has been geared up all night. They knew there would be a challenge facing the #1 offense in Conference USA in pass yards, touchdowns, total offense. And tonight, they've only given up 10 points. And here's another stop for the defense. Field goal attempt.
Narveson in to kick the 44-yard attempt. It is up plenty long enough, and it is good.
Timeout on the field.
So Western Kentucky gets some points. Not a score, but they're back within 4 here in Bowling Green. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico, a Conference USA clash with huge CUSA title game implications potentially. And it's a 4-point lead for UAB on the road, leading the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. A little bit of a dance-off there from the 2 mascots.
Yeah, they're getting jiggy with it. And this is when you want to see the true character of both sides, you know, come to play. And you want to see it come to fruition. You want to see your teams be able to run the ball, not turn it over, play good defense, and lock in to the details here when things get tough.
44-yard field goal for Western Kentucky has them within 4. We will get a return here from Jermaine Brown. Takes it left side of the field after catching it from the right, and a great tackle in space there. I believe that was number 31. Anthony Brackenridge with the tackle. So UAB on offense. We'll step aside here in Bowling Green. Unbeaten in college football. And I see Ohio State up at the top there, Dante Whitmer. You gotta be pleased about that.
Yeah, you know I'm pleased about that. We need to be #1 though. But Georgia, they deserve to be there right now.
Of course.
But Tennessee, I think that was a huge win over Alabama. And then Michigan, I hope they go undefeated so my Buckeyes can catch them late in the season at the end of the year. Whoever wins that is going to the Final Four, I'll tell you that for sure.
A 12-yard pickup there from Zeno on first down as the Blazers back on offense here, leading by 4 with 4:44 remaining in this third quarter.
You have to believe that the Blazers are going to stick to their identity here. They have a lead. They want to grind this clock out. They want to run the ball. You can expect them to really grind it out here in the second half.
157 rushing yards in the game, and 133 of them belong to that guy, Dwayne McBride, as Roderick Martin comes up with the stop.
And he's fell forward every time. He's finding the creases. He's staying patient. And what they talk about is the dirty 3. 3 yards on first down, 3 yards on second down. They block it up to get 3. But once those backs start to pound on you on defense, they start to loosen up and gain 8, 12 to 15. Next thing you know, they'll hit you with the home run ball. And that's what they're expecting here in the second half.
Second down and 7. Once again, big hole for McBride. Burst forward, and it comes loose. It's recovered by the defense. Jaquez Evans taking it all the way to the 5-yard line. Khalif Halisay able to make the play to rip it loose from Dwayne McBride, and a huge turnover for UAB, and Western Kentucky is on the doorstep.
And McBride a little loose with the ball, and Halisay opportunistic, intentionally ripping the ball out. That's textbook. Jaquez Evans pick it up, get that ball into the outside arm, young man, and get the defenders in front of you and score a touchdown. But the second fumble from McBride on the night, a costly one. This Western Kentucky offense is in scoring position. The Blazers defense is going to have to stand up right here and hold them to a field goal.
Khalif Halisay able to rip it loose. That's the 20th takeaway of the season. That leads all of FBS football. First and goal from the 6. Taking it right side, diving forward. Did he cross? And they say just short. 5-yard pickup there from Jalen Hall, the transfer from Western Michigan.
And this is what they try to do. They try to flash that on you really quick so that the outside defenders can't react. In the red zone, everything happens quickly, and they was just short of the goal line there.
Today's Red Zone brought to you by Verizon. Couple of trips for Western Kentucky. They've got a touchdown and a field goal to show for it on their 2 trips. They're inside the 1. And they'll go with the sneak, push forward, and Western Kentucky takes the lead. And just like that, Western Kentucky is in front.
And when you can take turnovers and turn them into points, it's going to turn out well for your overall football performance. And that's what the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers are doing tonight. The offense, they're not scoring the points and getting the yards that they're used to getting, but the defense has stepped up in big situations, and they've just taken the lead, 20-17.
Narveson in for the point after. It's good. 3-point lead now for the Hilltoppers.
An opportunistic defense leads to scoring position. McBride, open field. Halisay strips it. Jaquez Evans is running it back. And for the touchdown, quarterback sneak to put the Hilltoppers over the Blazers.
Tyson Summers has a lot to be pleased about with the Western Kentucky defense, the knockout defense. They're not at 9 yet, but the takeaways have resulted in some points. 20 of them on the season. They lead FBS, and none bigger than the one that just happened.
Yeah, and they have 5 of those knockouts that he talked about, and they have 4 more to get. But when you score points and you get turnovers and you put your offense in scoring position, I don't know if you actually have to hit all 9. He's just proud of his guys, the way that they're flying to the ball and not getting the big play and intentionally causing turnovers. And he also has a common denominator with me. He comes up from the Nick Saban system with Mel Tucker. He was with Mel Tucker in Georgia and Colorado. So I know a lot about this defense that they're playing out there. I know what they're taught, and they're flying around right now being opportunistic and putting their team in position to take this win.
How many plays you got in this system left in you?
Well, it depends on how much they want to pay me. You know, if they want to pay me, I can play the whole game, right? So, you know, I don't know if I'm, eligible for the NIL money anymore.
UAB has turned the ball over 3 times. They've led virtually the entire game, but they now trail by 3. And the ball carrier again here is McBride, and Roderick Martin comes up with the tackle.
He's still running with that same power. You can see that he was visibly upset on the sideline, and multiple coaches and players came over to, you know, to say, okay, it's going to be all right. So I expect him to run.
And not that you'd expect any different, but they went right to him on the first play.
Yeah, they have a lot of confidence in him. They trust him, and they don't expect him to put the ball on the ground again tonight.
He's hit immediately after that one is Jaquez Evans, the one that ran it back for the Hilltoppers inside the 5-yard line. Holds him to just a 1-yard pickup there. Look at him smother him right as he gets to him.
When you talk about Jaquez Evans, I say he's one of the smartest players out there, physically dominating at the point of attack, can do multiple things, can rush the quarterback, can drop in coverage. We've seen him make multiple plays tonight. He's definitely the defensive player of the game tonight for the Hilltoppers, along with Hallisey, the 12, the cornerback.
Blazers are 4 of 8 on 3rd down, and we've got some movement here. Just depends on who it's on.
Ball start, number 75, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So this one's coming back.
Yeah, the center flinched. Defensive line was geared in. And you see them all dancing around, jumping around, having a good time. There's no better feeling than when the crowd gets involved, the teammates get involved, and you know it's 3rd down, 3rd and long. Defensive line ears going to be pinned back. The ball has to come out quick.
DJ Diesel had them hyped early. They have a lot more to be hyped about as we see Zeno kind of have to tuck it and run and find some room to run. And that penalty really hurt them because they're going to be about 3 yards shy of the 1st down. And again, it's Evans coming up with the stop here, and the punting unit will come on. Had another knockout for that Western Kentucky defense.
And when you think about this season for the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers defense, they've been opportunistic all year long. And the big losses that they've had, even when they got the ball back for the quarterback for the last drive to potentially go down and tie it with a field goal or win it, the defense has stepped up with turnovers, big stops all year long.
Fair catch is called right at the 25-yard line. It'll be a 42-yard punt. As you see Jalen Hall on the return. Take a look at Austin Reed, the quarterback here for Western Kentucky. And has had his struggles in this one, 12 of 19, just 85 yards passing. Take a look at the numbers on the year. Again, 4th in all of SBS football in passing yards entering this game. The fact that he only has 85 is quite frankly shocking. As we get the handoff here on 1st down, nearly broke one. There was Poindexter. But you kept talking about this as Noah Wilder makes the stop, that Coach keeps talking about how Reed has a lot more to improve on.
Yeah, he wants him to be an elite quarterback. He wants him to take what the defense gives him. And there's been multiple times this year where they had an easy completion for a 1st down, and they'll give him an option to be able to check it to something deep. He'll take it to the deep one, won't complete it, and that just stalls drives for them. So they want him to be better with that and be better with the box down reads. When to hand it off and when to throw it.
That'll do it for the 3rd quarter here. Western Kentucky has claimed the lead for the first time. Turnover, touchdown. They lead it by 3. 4th quarter coming up next. Well, Brian Vincent giving his team an earful on the sideline after 13 unanswered points scored by Western Kentucky, and they have the football here with a 3-point lead. A pass complete to Malachi Corley. Big play to get inside UAB territory after a 25-yard pickup.
Blazers defense loaded up for run there. They didn't have an extra guy to the field. Well, you don't set the edge. Just like defensive coordinator Dave Reeves said, no edge, no chance. They didn't have an edge there. The wideout was able to cut back into the teeth of defense and pick up an explosive play. They're going to have to continue to play the way that they did for the first 3 quarters so that they don't give up these big plays on the edges.
We got Poindexter in the backfield. First down. Reed trying to escape. Fires. He's got a man. It is a low throw, and it's incomplete. Looking for Jalen Hall there.
The ruling is an incomplete pass. Second down.
Hall just could not bring it in.
And it was impressive that Reed was able to get this ball to where he was able to throw it to. He went to the double move on the outside. He left the corner in the dust. He just dropped the ball. He had an opportunity to get his hands under it. He just dropped it. That's one that he wished he could have back. The Western Michigan offense.
Number 93, Michael Fairbanks, was given a lot of pressure there on Reed. So now it's 2nd and 10 from the 43. Hilltoppers with a 3-point lead. Poindexter on the carry. And just a 1-yard pickup there on first down. And it's Fairbanks on the tackle.
Yeah, 3rd and 9 here. This is where UAB's defense has to step up. And you have to know that Western Kentucky's offense is probably going to try to pick up half of this and go for it on 4th down if they don't pick it up. So it's imperative that the defensive line from the Blazers get penetration, get to the quarterback, they tackle well in the open field so that they don't give up any yards after the catch.
3rd down here. Hand off again. This time it's LT Sanders, and he's brought down after about a 2-yard pickup, and Fish McWilliams is there to bring him down, and that'll bring up 4th down. Are you surprised at the lack of aggressiveness on 3rd down in this game from Western Kentucky in terms of throwing the football?
I am, because in previous games you see on 3rd down, if it's 3rd and medium to long, they're pushing the ball downfield, giving the skill position players an opportunity to pick it up. They look like they were a little conservative playing the field possession game. They want to pin the Blazers back, play good defense.
Tom Ellard, the Australian, in to punt it away. And Starling Thomas under it, lets it go over his head. And it's going to take a friendly UAB bounce, and they'll have it at the 9-yard line. 3-point lead for the Hilltoppers, but the Blazers will have it as we step aside. Here's tonight's Pound for Pound, brought to you by Rogue Fitness. Did you guess who it is?
McBride. And you see that stutter move in the hole right there, physicality that he finished the runs with. When you don't touch him before he gets to the 2nd level, it can become dangerous. Cuts, balance, being able to stay up and finish runs. And this one here, 59-yard run, setting the safety, getting to the sideline with the speed. The only thing is he has 2 fumbles lost tonight. It really hurt this offense.
McBride 150 yards on the ground in the game tonight, but he does have that fumble that right now has Western Kentucky on top because they scored right after, getting it inside the red zone after the fumble recovery. But you can see where he's at in terms of the school rank. 1,400-yard games in his career. 28 rushing touchdowns, puts him 3rd all time with the Blazers. Here comes the Blazers offense. Again, Jacob Zeno, the quarterback, the backup, after Dylan Hopkins went out and has not returned after getting shaken up on the 2nd drive of the game, and Zeno decides to take it himself to the sideline. Able to pick up a few yards there as Evans forces him out.
And it looked like he did the play action fake opposite the running back. A little miscommunication there, so he did a good job of picking up what he could with his legs and getting him as close to the 1st down marker as he can. This is huge right here. 3rd and 5, backup quarterback in the game. Defense is playing well. Remember, coming to the game, Western Kentucky's defense had 10 interceptions. So if you're going to throw the ball, you want to throw it to an open area, but you cannot, absolutely not, turn the ball over in this situation.
No points in the last 5 possessions there for the Blazers. They are 4 of 9 from 3rd down in the game.
UAB will take their 2nd timeout.
And the Blazers will take
timeout on the field.
A timeout here. Big decision. Blazers have a 3rd down when we step aside.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance. By Marco's. Pizza lovers get it. And by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
DJ Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal leading a bunch of Hilltopper fans into some shaky Instagram stories, including our producer.
Like he said, "Can you dig it?"
Nevertheless, he had him hyped here in Bowling Green. UAB's had the lead for a good chunk of this game, but have fallen behind by 3. They're on offense. Big third down, and it's an incompletion there. A huge stop. Jaquez Evans again involved with another big play defensively.
He's definitely the player of the game tonight for the Hilltoppers. And you see him there just staring at the quarterback in zone coverage. He wasn't open. I don't even know why you try to fit that ball into that area. It's very dangerous to try that. And you see Jaquez Evans saying, "Hey, don't try that, sir." It should have been picked off and taken back for a touchdown, but it was very difficult, especially with the coverage that they were playing. Good job from the Hilltoppers getting off field on third down.
That ball bounces to the return man Hall, breaks free, gets across the 35, across midfield, and inside UAB territory near the 40-yard line. Hall making a play out of what looked like was going to be a ball that just get down.
And you
Hall
know what?
able to find some room.
It was very risky, Alex, just to go after that ball. If it bounces wrong and hits you on the leg or the knee and they pick it up, they're in scoring position. But usually when the punt team thinks that you're down or the ball hits the ground, their conversion on the ball, if you can break out of those initial tackles, you're going to be set up for a big play. Great job from Hall getting to the sideline and putting his team near midfield.
So 13 unanswered. Scored by Western Kentucky. Looking to add to their lead here with 11:09 remaining in the game. Handoff goes to the freshman Sanders, and they've got him swallowed up in the backfield. He's going to lose 1 on the play.
And the Hilltoppers offense is trying to block it up on the edge to force the corners to tack. But that was textbook right there with the crack replace. When the wide receiver comes down and cracks the end man on the line of scrimmage, the corner has to replace with a great angle. He did a really good job of coming up and being physical there for a TFL.
Second down and 11, 10.5 to play in regulation. 3-point game, huge Conference USA title game implications potentially for later in the year. Top 4 teams in the conference all squaring off this weekend. Reed steps up in the pocket, fires, got a man, and it is caught. It's complete. Malachi Corley comes up with the play. And this passing offense was just struggled all night long, able to make a big play for a first down. Keandre swoops in on the coverage, 18-yard pickup.
And that's what they've been looking for all night. It's very difficult when you get a speed receiver running away from the leverage of the defensive back. Good job of fitting the ball in there. And we have a defender down with an injury.
UAB Blazer down at midfield.
Timeout on the field.
And they're taking an injury timeout on the field with 10:19 to play. While they check on the injured player, we'll step aside here on CBS Sports Network. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico. In Bowling Green, Kentucky, the Hilltoppers have come back to take a 3-point lead on the Blazers of UAB. Both teams 2-1 in CUSA. As we take a look here at the injury, Mac McWilliams goes down here, and he's in the medical tent as we speak. He was favoring his leg as he was coming off the field, not putting any weight on it. He was helped off. Wish him the best, hope he is okay. As penalty markers come out, and a false start signal, so this one's coming back 5.
Number 73, offense, 5-yard penalty. Still, first down.
The penalty's certainly been a story on the Western Kentucky side. That is their 9th penalty of the game, 70 yards. UAB has won that battle, only have committed 4 for 22.
Usually it's very difficult to win on the road when you have that many penalties, but when you can supplement it with 3 turnovers and putting your team in scoring position, it's not that difficult.
Here's Reed. Getting swallowed up, had nowhere to go there. Finally brought down at the 41. And Sanders there, Kelly Sanders, able to make the tackle, a loss of 8.
And that's his 3rd sack on the season, winning his individual matchup, getting to the quarterback, but not only getting to him, getting him on the ground, not allowing him to get out of his grasp, be slippery.
Second down and 23 here for the Toppers as they lead it by 3. Under 10 minutes to go now. And wrapped up from behind and brought down is Irvin Poindexter.
And the Blazers defense is stepping up when they're supposed to. You see them setting the edge right there on the defense. The back has to wait. And while the back is waiting, you have the backside defender crashing down the line of scrimmage for another TFL. And this is extremely long. This is going to be 3rd and 23. There's not many plays in the playbook here. If anything, you want to pick up about 10 yards so that you can put yourself in position for a good field goal.
Drew Tuazama was the one with the TFL, the transfer from Syracuse. 3rd down and a mile. Firing right side, miscommunication because Davis did not turn back for the football. Dawood Davis, the intended target there from Reed.
Reed was looking to throw something at the sticks to Dawood Davis. Dawood Davis went for the double move at the sticks, and this is why it's an incomplete ball there. You see the all-out blitz there, 1 safety in the middle of the field. They're taking a chance here. Cash gets a good jump on the ball, but it's just miscommunication between Dawood Davis and Reed.
So that forces them to punt. Now just 2 of 11 on 3rd down are the Hilltoppers here. And a fair catch is called at the 11-yard line. Let's take a look at those keys to the game one more time here, Dante.
Yeah, for the offense for the Blazers, it was ball security. They lost 3 fumbles. They didn't get that done. Defense, forced field goals. They gave up 2 touchdowns. They didn't get that done as well. Probably why they're losing. Offense, finished drives with touchdowns, create explosive plays. Only 2 touchdowns in 12 drives, 5 plays of over 20 yards. And on defense, stopped the run, forced 3 and outs. 184 rush yards allowed, 3 and outs. I don't think they hit many of those goals there.
So we got failing grades for both teams there?
Yeah, failing grades for both teams, and it's just about getting out of here with a win now. You didn't reach any of your goals, but hey, that can all be made right with a W.
So something that helped both you and I in school, they're going to be grading on a curve tonight. Somebody's going to come up with a victory.
I don't know about you, Alex. I didn't need the curve.
Okay.
I had a 3.7 all the way through high school to college.
I was trying to put us in the same boat here. But,
Yeah,
apparently, Dante's got to be the curve killer in the booth here. 23 yards on that pickup there for the Blazers.
That was an excellent drive starter right there. RPO, getting the ball out to the wide out, letting them make plays. Big play to open this drive.
Across the 40-yard line here. Once again, McBride. Well, I've been really impressed watching him. You know, you see the numbers, you see the tape when you watch him, but you want to see him in person. But the strength and the determination in which he runs the football is a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, and they talk about him. That's what makes him who he is, the work ethic.
Yeah.
Being a pro, coming to practice every day, practicing how you play. And that's why he has nearly 200 yards rushing tonight.
Run up the middle here on 2nd down, picks up another 1st down here for UAB. And you know, they've got a lot of confidence in him. Remember, they went right back to him after he fumbled the ball, which led to the go-ahead touchdown to Western Kentucky. You know, they like Jermaine Brown. They love what he can bring to the table, but their bell cow is Dwayne McBride. They will go as far as Dwayne McBride will take them.
They will, and they've shown a lot of loyalty in him, and he's shown loyalty in this program.
Play action here. Zeno trying to escape, fires, and just going to throw the football away as he gets out of the pocket. And Jaquez Evans is calling for a flag because there was no one in the vicinity.
The pocket, and the ball was thrown beyond the line of scrimmage. There is no foul for intentional
Yeah, once you
grounding.
escape that pocket where the tackle's aligned and you get outside as a quarterback, you can throw it away without a receiver being in the vicinity.
That's what the official explained to the Boo Birds here in Bowling Green. Blackout night. So we've got 2nd and 10 here. Hand off again, McBride. Bounces off the defender across the 40. Carrying another one with him as he gets to about the 21-yard line, and a penalty flag comes out late. Talik Allen, the one that finally wraps him up for the tackle. A 28-yard pickup on the run and potentially more on a penalty.
Look like it might be a face mask, and he's running angrily.
Personal
Those two
foul.
fumbles.
Defense, face mask, number 11, half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
It is Allen called for that face mask. Just get his hand in there. It wasn't much of a tug. He was kind of reaching around trying to get some sort of leverage there to bring him down, but his hand got into his face mask there.
And that's difficult for a defender. It's an aggressive penalty. You're just trying to get him on the ground. But if the 3 inside defenders just stay gap savvy and stay where they're supposed to be, he doesn't make it up to the safety. But McBride is trying to make up for that last lost fumble.
McBride gets pushed back after maybe about a half or 1-yard pickup there. Goodrum was the one that sends him the other way. Nevertheless, here they are on the 11-yard line. They say no gain on that last play.
Now, I think with as explosive as Western Kentucky's offense is, you want to grind this clock down as much as possible before you punch it into the end zone. You don't want to leave them too much time to operate.
McBride 3 yards away from getting 200 yards for the day.
And the good thing about this for this UAB offense is they can get a first down inside the 1-yard line. So if you can somehow get the ball close to the 1-yard line, get a new set of downs, potentially you can take another 2.5 minutes off of the clock before you kick it back to the Hilltop.
That was Jermaine Brown that was pushed back, the last ball carrier, so a big 3rd down and 9. UAB 4 of 10 on 3rd downs. They started 4 of 4. Zeno looks to the end zone, and that pass is intercepted. A.J. Brathwaite, beg your pardon, Khalif Halassi comes up with the interception.
Timeout on the field.
And you see him right there waving bye-bye to the crowd and to the UAB Blazers, and that was just an ill-advised throw. They went to the RPO action. He forced the ball in there. Halassi was just sitting there waiting for the interception, and I think that's an ill-advised call from the offensive coordinator. Young quarterback in the game. You're in field goal range. Don't throw the ball. Huge play for the Hilltoppers.
Western Kentucky with a 3-point lead here late in the 4th. Coming up next, head to our New York studios. Amanda Guerra and company. A full breakdown of tonight's game, and we update you on the latest storylines from coast to coast. Don't miss Inside College Football right here on CBS Sports Network. Houston Nutt, Kevin Carter, Danny Cannell also in studio joining Amanda there. It's coming up as soon as we are done here from Bowling Green. A huge takeaway from Western Kentucky. You see 21 turnovers forced this season, leading all of FBS college football. 4 of them today. LT Sanders, the freshman, the ball carrier, picks up some big yards as Keandre Swoops comes up with the tackle there. And defensive coordinator Tyson Summers has got to be pleased with the knockout defense as Western Kentucky Hilltoppers have come up with another takeaway, 4 of them in the game. They need 9.
And he's done a good job of making adjustments. That play right there where he threw the interception on, that was the exact same play that they threw the touchdown with earlier. He had his defense clued in, keyed in, and Halassi just stayed back, waited for the ball to come, picked it off. None of the turnovers this year is bigger than that one.
So less than 4.5 to play. And again, a run on first down. It's a big play. LT Sanders breaking free. Finally brought down, crossing midfield to the 45-yard line. Sanders is fired up. 32 yards on the pickup.
Did you see how bad he shook this man out of his shoes? Watch this. Woo-woo. no. You don't want to see him in the open field. That's every safety's nightmare, the whole opening up one-on-one with the back, and he can embarrass you on national TV. That's not what you want.
Came into the game with just 73 yards rushing in the season. And what an effort for him tonight with 110 yards on 15 carries to lead the way for Western Kentucky. There he is again. Once again, he is shifty. Once again, picks up 10 yards. Another first down for the Hilltoppers. Another 10 yards for Sanders.
The ruling is the runner was down prior to
Noah Wilder comes up
down.
with the tackle, finally comes up with the stop there.
And to have to hear about Dwayne McBride all week and how he's leading the nation in yards per game, it's just amazing to come out here and be able to run the ball, especially when your team needs it. They haven't been able to throw the ball all around the yard tonight. So when they needed to have a good running game, they were able to produce on the ground.
UAB just one timeout remaining. We're ticking down to about 3 minutes to play, and penalty markers coming out. We're going to get a false start called against Western Kentucky. Man, penalties have been costly for them. You
False
wonder
start. Number 7, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
how much more in control they'd be without the penalties. That's 11 penalties now for 86 yards.
And that's definitely a problem. That's discipline. That's attention to detail. That's focus. And Coach Helton is definitely going to address that this week. But it's better to address it after a win than after a loss.
So first and 15, 3:10 to play. The clock is stopped. And the handoff goes to Irvin Poindexter. And he's able to break free a bit. And this top-ranked UAB rushing defense is starting to open up some holes.
It is, and they're losing their cool right now. Run defense is all based on being in your gap, playing with the right leverage, disregarding the blockers, and getting guys on the ground with great tackling. And you can tell how bad this Hilltopper team wants it. You see how he's churning those legs at the end of the game? They want to finish this game with the ball.
12-yard pickup there from Irvin Poindexter. So it brings up a second down and 3 with under 2.5 to play. Once again, Irvin Poindexter on the carry. I want to reemphasize the clock management here. UAB's had to take 2 timeouts here in the second half and just 1 remaining. Got to start thinking about maybe taking it.
Yeah, you have 3rd and 1 here. If you stop them here, I think you think about taking it, trying to hold them to a field goal or maybe a 4th down stop. But if you don't stop them here, the game is over.
So huge 3rd down, under 2 minutes to go here in Bowling Green. UAB had been in control for a good chunk of the football game until Western Kentucky took advantage of a turnover on a fumble by Dwayne McBride. And eventually led to a touchdown. And Western Kentucky will take a timeout here.
30 seconds.
All right, let's take a look at our Jimmy John's play of the game. It's actually 2 plays here for you.
And there's a direct correlation with turnovers and losses. And when you turn the ball over, when you lose the turnover differential, there's probably a huge opportunity that you're going to lose that game. And they lost the turnover differential tonight 4-1. It's almost a 95% chance that the Hilltoppers will get out of here with a W. Exactly what the UAB Blazers didn't want tonight. They wanted to control the game on the ground. They wanted to keep the possessions. They wanted to score in the red zone, and they wanted to impose their will with the running game. They did most of that. They just turned the football over.
Huge game for Khalif Hollisey. And you saw him there on the interception. That's his 2nd interception of the season. He had a forced fumble already this year, so that's his 2nd forced fumble of the year. And this whole Western Kentucky defense, that's what they're thinking about, is being a ball-hawking defense and one that will try to strip the ball here. But big 3rd down here for Reed and this Western Kentucky offense, and did they get there?
That'll do it. First down.
And that'll be a first down for the Hilltoppers. with 1:37 to go. UAB can only stop the clock once, and they are indeed going to move the chains. Big first down.
And that's a good job from this Hilltopper team, fighting through it on special teams, defense, offense, picking each other up. Now they're going to get in this victory formation. Every offense wants to end the game this way, taking a knee, and then UAB is going to take the timeout.
Western Kentucky will take their second timeout of the half.
Well, it's Western Kentucky who takes the timeout here with 1:15 to go. But what a gritty performance. It was not pretty. This is not going to be a game they're going to look back on and say, this is a game where we played particularly well in, but it's a game where we kept fighting. And it's a game that could be a win that's going to vault them forward as we look forward at the Western Kentucky schedule moving forward. Again, victory holds forward. They'd be 3-1, but they've got North Texas, who's undefeated in conference. They still have Charlotte, Rice, and FAU, so the schedule after the North Texas game certainly eases up for them a little bit to try to put them in that position to get in the conference title game yet again. It'll likely be against either North Texas or UTSA, the way things are breaking down so far in CUSA this season.
Yeah, and that game versus North Texas is going to tell a lot. Tonight, they showed their true character. They didn't have it going in offense. They weren't able to throw it around like they usually are able to do it. But they had to depend heavily on the run. They had to depend heavily on defense, stopping the run, getting turnovers, holding this Blazers offense out of the red zone.
So they'll go into the victory formation and take the knee. And again, this game was physical. This game had a lot of emotion in it. And one thing I think we need to make sure we emphasize,
timeout of the half.
as UAB takes their final timeout with 1:11 to play, there's got to be some disappointed men on that UAB sidelines here. Remember, Dylan Hopkins went out on the second drive of the game for the Blazers, and you don't know how much different this game would have been with their main signal caller on offense here. Maybe when they needed to make some big throws on third down. Remember, they were very efficient on third down early and then non-existent on third down after their first 4 attempts at it. And you wonder how different this game might have been had Jacob Zeno not had to come in the football game.
Absolutely, but injuries are part of the game. Your backups have to be ready to go in there and uphold the level of your starters, and if they can't, this is why you lose games. And I don't think that it boiled down to the quarterback position tonight.
No.
I think that it really boiled down to the turnovers. Just McBride putting the ball on the ground twice and turning it over. He had it going. He was making big plays, explosive plays, running physically, but all it takes is those turnovers and for them to keep you out of the end zone, and the Hilltoppers are going to leapfrog in the standings.
197 yards for McBride, but again, the plays that matter most for McBride tonight are the cough-ups, including the one that led to the go-ahead touchdown for Western Kentucky, and it's going to lead to them hanging on somehow to a 3-point victory. 11 penalties, 86 yards given up, but ultimately it did not matter, and the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky on a blackout night here under the Friday night lights in Bowling Green are going to take the victory over the Blazers of UAB 20-17. A physical game, one that could have gotten either way in that final quarter, but ultimately Western Kentucky made the plays when they needed them the most. As we tick down to triple zeros here, Western Kentucky now picks up the victory. They improved to 5-3 on the season. They're now 3-1 in CUSA as we take a look at the updated standings. Now just a half game behind UTSA and North Texas, who will play each other tomorrow. UAB will now drop behind Florida Atlantic to 2-2 in the conference. Phenomenal effort for Western Kentucky to come back in this one. 20-17 is the final. For Dante Whitner and our entire CBS crew, my name is Alex Del Barrio. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network. It's the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. We now send it back to the studio for Inside College Football. Amanda Guerra, Houston Nutt, Kevin Carter, and Danny Cannell. So long from the Hilltop. Hilltoppers come up victorious.